This podcast is produced by the Fireside Chat Club of Canada. Hello, and welcome to Canada as I See It. This begins what I hope you'll find to be an informative and entertaining podcast. I work as a video editor, but writing has always been the thing that brings me the most satisfaction. Back in July of 2020, I was really at the top of my game. I was triggered by the desire to do something with all of the extra time that we all seem to have on hand. I'd been writing daily essays since March of that year about, of all things, my t-shirts. I really have a crazy amount of them. It's unwieldy, really. And I felt that it was their time to earn their keep. So, every day, a new shirt, a new essay. And one of the last ones was a shirt that had a stylized Canadian flag on it. The red stripes on either side of the maple leaf were made up of random, uniquely Canadian facts. And I wrote about this shirt on July 1st, 2020, Canada's 153rd anniversary of Confederation. What I want to do here is vocalize what I wrote about then. The titles of the essays back in the day were called Canada on a Shirt. It wasn't as visual a thing as the previous group of writing was, a t-shirt a day, where I'd show a picture of a shirt that I was wearing that day, and then write about it, and when I got it, and what it represented. Well, this was more of a storytelling scenario. Now, I couldn't just show the same one every day now, could I? When I got to the last point on the Canada shirt, I realized that there were many more facts and stories that I could tell you about. I am a proud Canadian and a collector of facts, both trivial and significant. And, as family and friends are well aware, all you need to do is give me an audience, and I'll start talking. My pledge to you is to tell you a story once a week. To begin with, these will echo what I wrote back then. Each story will drop on Sunday night. Well, except for this one. Every once in a while there will be specials and, well, if you like, I'll increase the frequency. Now, how can you listen? I'll be posting on the Podbean Network. They offer a podcast player for both Android and iPhone, and that's Podbean. Look for it on Google Play or the App Store. I hope to get this on other networks like Apple and Google and iHeart and such, but that's actually up to you. Follow me on Podbean. That way you get notices of when new podcasts appear. Download the podcast, and, well, the more people I have following me, the quicker I can add those other places to my distribution network. You can also find a link on my website, whorpole.ca, WHORPOLE.ca. All you have to do is click on the Fireside Chat Club of Canada icon. It's a beautiful picture of a campfire and marshmallows, and it's just wonderful, if I do say so myself. And that's over on the left side of the page. I'll be posting on Sunday evening, so remember, follow me on Podbean and you'll get a notification of when a new episode drops. Now, since the best part of doing your own podcast is that you get to set the rules, today's podcast is here on a Saturday, and it is not about the flag, but a subject that is the reason why I'm breaking my own rules. The flag episode will show up next week. The essay I want to speak about today was originally written on November 11th, 2020, what we in Canada and most of the Commonwealth countries call Remembrance Day. In the U.S., it's known as Veterans Day. and it's the day that's been observed since 1919 where we honor armed forces members who have died in the line of duty. Well, as time has gone by, it's also the day that we remember those who've served and have since passed. I remember my mother's father, who actually crossed the border from Windsor to Detroit in 1917 and fought for the U.S. I remember my dad's father, who served with the 164th Canadian Expeditionary Force in England in 1915. I remember my dad's uncle, who served with the 30th CFA Regiment in France in 1915. And I remember my father, who served with Carleton and York in Italy in 1942. The subject, though, actually listed on the shirt which I wrote about, was Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, M.D. Dr. McCrae was 43 when he went overseas and ended up performing surgery on soldiers during the Second Battle of Ypres in Belgium in April and May of 1915. And he did this in an 8 by 8 foot bunker dug at the base of a dike. Thanks to his skills as a soldier and a medical professional, he moved around Europe for the rest of the war, setting up and commanding hospitals. Unfortunately, he never made it back to Canada. He died of pneumonia combined with meningitis on January 28, 1918, a mere 9 months before the end of the war. Every year on Remembrance Day, we are reminded of the sacrifices that our fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers made so that we can live the lives that we can today. And we do so with the reading of a poem that Dr. McCrae wrote while he was working in that bunker in 1915. Dr. McCrae's creation, In Flanders Fields. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, beneath the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. And that's a part of Canada as I see it. It is written and produced by me, James Whorpole, and brought to life by the Fireside Chat Club of Canada. Our theme song is Night Owls by Braden. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me at asiseeit@whorpole.ca. Join us every Sunday evening for another episode of Canada as I See It.